We have given a table which is food A, food B, food C, and this is calories, and this is protein, and this is vitamin C. And we have 106 and 300, and we have 400, 15, 1250, and 412 and 50. The nutritional content per ounce of three foods is presented in the table on the right. If a meal consisting of the three foods allows exactly 4,200 calories, This is like Michael Phelps. He eats at a meal 5,000. 147 grams of protein. And 7,100 of milligrams of vitamin C. How many ounces of each kind of food should be used? Very good. Perfect example. Thank you. Bless you. Okay, so we know that we have food A, food B, and food C, right? And we know that the meal has to consist of exactly 4,200 calories, 147 protein, and 7,100 vitamin C. Milligrams of vitamin C. And we know that we're asked how much of food A, how much of food B, and how much of food C we should eat so that we get these results. We know that food A brings in 100 calories and 6 protein and 300 milligrams of vitamin C. The second one, 400 of calories and so on and so forth. So what do you think? Remember, equations must be consistent. I cannot say calories plus proteins plus apples equals 7,100. I have to say milligrams of protein plus milligrams of protein plus milligrams of protein equals milligrams of protein. Milligrams of vitamin C plus milligrams of vitamin C plus milligrams of vitamin C equals milligrams of vitamin C. Calories plus calories plus calories equals calories. So what do you think we should write? 100, very good, plus 400, very good, plus, and 400Z. Do we understand what happens here? So 100 calories times the number of ounces of food A, plus 400 calories times the number of ounces coming from food B. Because we want to combine them. We want to get from all. Plus 400 calories coming from food C times the number of ounces from food C. We get 4,200. Very good. Okay, next one.
Plus 15y plus 12b equals 140.
I think it's 1250z. I could be. Is it 1250 in the table?
If you're going down, it's 6, 15, and 12 for protein.
Oh yes, of course. I looked at the wrong number. Thank you. You have to go down. Perfect. Okay, last one. Thank you. And the last one for vitamin C.
300x.
Yes.
Plus 1250y.
Yes.
Plus 50z.
Very good. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm definitely going to try to simplify as much as possible. These numbers are impossible to work with, especially with the matrix, right? So let's give it a shot. Obviously, I can't divide both sides by 100. So the first equation becomes x plus 4y plus 4z equals 42. Then let's see if I can simplify these by 3 here. Yes, I can. So I have 2x plus 5y, right? Plus 4z equals, is it 49? We're simplifying by 3. So 2 and 5 and 4 and 12, and I think it's 49, correct? Agreed? Okay, now let's see what we have to do with this. This is not nice. I can only get rid of a 0, and they're all divisible by 5 as well. So 30 divided by 5, 6x, plus 125 divided by 5 is 25y, plus z equals 1, 2, 2, I think. So, no, 1, 4. So 4, 21 is 4, and 10 is 2. Okay. You say it again?
It's 142.
Correct. Correct. Okay. So now this became slightly more human. And the next step would be the augmented matrix, which is 1, 2, 6, 4, 5, 25, 4, 4, 1, 42, 19, 142. And hold on to your seats. I have no idea. I can't even anticipate what we're going to get. Is this a little blurry or is it me?
49.
Is it
49.
Oh, it is 49. Any questions? Danielle, please ask me.
I'm just listening for now because I'm lost.
Okay. Good. So remember the sequence of steps. What is the first step?
1.
I have to get a 1. Lucky me, I already have it. So now I want to eliminate these 2. I will use which row?
4, 1.
What do we multiply row 1 by? Very good. What do we multiply row by 1 by? -6, indeed. Which row do I copy because it doesn't change? I'm using it and it can change.
1.
Very good. Let's do this together. 1 times -2
-2.
plus 2.
0.
4 times -2
-8.
plus 5.
3. -3.
4 times -2
-8.
plus 4.
4. -4.
Very good. Now, 42 times -2 is -84. And plus 49, this is 35. Am I correct? Check my numbers. Negative, of course. Please check my numbers to make sure. So -84 and plus 49. Okay. Next one. 1 times -6 plus 6.
0.
4 times -6
-24.
plus 25.
1.
I love that. Thank you. 4 times -6
-24.
plus 1.
23.
Very good. Okay, now check my numbers. 49 times -6.
-294.
Okay. And plus, yes, -294 and plus 142. So which is 152. And it's negative also. Okay, yes, Amanda?
So how you did that was you just figured out which numbers you want to multiply to get a 0 in the
Exactly like the elimination. The exact same procedure as elimination. We multiply a row by -2 and add it to the other row to eliminate a variable. It's exactly the same idea. It looks differently because it's in the matrix. It's inside a matrix, but that's the same thing. Yes. So in order to eliminate 2, I have to multiply 1 by -2. In order to eliminate 6, I have to multiply 1 by -6. Absolutely. Okay, so you checked all these numbers for me, right?
Yes.
Just making sure. Okay. So what did we accomplish? What did we accomplish so far?
First row,
And now I need here what?
1.
Yes, but I have it in a roundabout way.
Can we swap it?
Exactly, I'm going to swap these two. I'm not going to divide by 3. Because it's going to be a negative 4/3 and negative 30, or 4/3 and 35/3. I won't do that. If I can avoid it, of course. So here, obviously, we have to divide. We have to change row 2 into row 3 and row 3 back into row 2. Okay? Ready? Good. So then I have 1, 4, 4, 42. 0, 1, negative 23, negative 152, 0, negative 3, negative 4, negative 35. So now we have these done. Which row I have to use next?
2.
Yes, they're all in order. What do I multiply row 2 by to eliminate 4?
Negative 4.
Perfect. What do I multiply row 2 by to eliminate negative 3? Very good. Which row do I copy now because it won't change?
2.
So what are we trying to do now?
Zeros.
Negative 3.
Because everything needs to be 0 except the diagonal one.
Correct. So together, 1 times negative 4 plus 4.
0.
Check my numbers now. So 90, this is 92 plus 4. I think it's 96. Okay, now these two plus 42. I got 650.
Because you multiply negative 152 by negative 4.
I have to multiply the entire row. I cannot multiply, pick and choose, right? When we multiply an equation, we multiply both sides by the same number. So negative 152 times negative 4. I think I got 608. Am I correct?
Yes.
And then when I add 42, I got 650.
Yep.
Okay, next one. 1 times 3 minus 3. Okay, now this, it's 69, but negative 69, and then minus 4, and that's negative 73. Okay, 3 times negative 152, and I have negative 456 and negative 35.
Negative 191.
I got negative 491. Okay, perfect. Now, what did I accomplish? A lot, actually. What is the next step?
The third column, negative 73.
Yes, what should I do?
Multiply it by negative 70, or divide it.
Correct.
Row 3
I'm
by
hoping.
negative 73.
I'm hoping that this is divisible by that.
I have a question.
1 second. Is it?
It's not clean.
It's not? Okay.
6.
I don't know the answer. I have no idea. Does it say we have to, does it say we have to round and so on and so forth? No. Yes, what did you say,
When did
Jer?
you start adding when did you start changing numbers in row 1? Because I thought we were just adding the other, like we were adding the other numbers to get zeros. When did you start changing row 1?
When did I what?
Like,
In the second one,
Okay, so let's start and double check these. So 100x, 400y, would you look at the table just in case? Maybe I copied something incorrectly. I don't know what the answer is going to be. I have no idea. We just picked the problem, right? So this was 4,200 calories, correct? And 147, correct? Wendy?
yes.
I'm just checking the numbers. 4,200 and 147 in the computer, I mean, just to make sure.
Yep.
And 7,100. Okay, and then this is 100, 400, 400.
Yep.
And then 6, 15, 12.
Yep.
And 300, 12, 50, and 50.
Yep.
Okay, so we have that. 6x, 15, and 12, we have that. 147. and 300, 120, 1250, and 50. Yes. Okay. So we simplify the system as much as possible.
Yeah.
So here we simplified by 100, and we got this. Here we simplified by 3. I'm checking. Now I have to check everything. Okay. And here we simplified first by 10, and then divided by 5. That's 2 and 5, correct? 125 divided by 5. And then 5 divided by 5. And 710 divided by 5. Yes, okay. So after we did that, we created the augmented matrix. 1, 4, 4, 42, 2, 5, 4, 49, 6, 25, 1, 142. Okay, good. So now, your question.
I don't know. I think I wouldn't hear the day that you went to the top, so I guess I should just go back and watch the lecture.
That's true, but what is your question now? Because maybe that will clear it up for now.
So like, I don't know. I know like we've been using row 1 to change the other 2 rows.
Yes.
So I don't know when we changed row 1. If that makes sense.
Under the red one.
So
we start changing it.
So row 1 first is used to change row 2 and 3. So let's do that. So please, guys, please. Okay. So one, Kyle, please,
Okay, sorry.
please. Okay. So the first step is we have to have 1 here. If there isn't, I have to do something to get it. It's not always going to come easy, right? It's not always going to be 1 in the first row, first column. It happened. Okay. Then using this 1, I have to eliminate 2. And it's clear that I multiply this row by -2 to edit here. It's clear that I multiply this row by -6 to edit here. Okay, so this is what we did first. So let's do that again, just to make sure the numbers are correct. 1 times -2 is -2 plus 2 is 0, correct? I move on to the next. 4 times -2 is -8 plus 5 is -3. Okay, so far? Okay, so 4 times -2 is -8 plus 4 is -4. And 42 times -2, check my numbers again. I got -84, and plus 49, I got -35. Is that correct? Yes? Yes? Okay, now, 1 times -6 plus 6. 4 times -6 is -24 plus 25 is 1. So far, so good? Stop me when we check this, okay? -24, but plus 1 is -23. And now 42 times -6, let's check that again. I got -294. Is that correct? No, where am I? So
42
yeah, something is wrong here.
42 times -6 is -252.
Very good. That's what I was looking. So -252 plus 142. So this is 130. Oh, I'm sorry, 110.
Yes, it's -110.
Plus 142, -110. Okay. So that's why once I think there might be a mistake, I'll go back from the very beginning. Is this okay so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now we have to obtain a 1 in here. Don't look at anything else. This will not change whatsoever. Don't look at anything else. We need a 1 in here. And we're going to swap these two. So 1, -23, 110. And -3, -4, -35. Changing an equation from equation 2 to equation 3 and vice versa doesn't change the solution, right? Okay, good. So once we obtain the 1 here, my target is to get the corresponding zeros. Do not look at any particular row right now. It's not important. I'm only interested in getting the corresponding zeros here, nothing else. So I will be using this row, multiplying it by -4 to eliminate this. I'm using this row, multiplying it by 3 to eliminate this.
Okay.
Do not look at the first column. The first column is done, and if it changes, something is terribly wrong. with our system. Okay, so I copied the row that I'm using. Okay, so 1 times -4 plus 4 is 0. -23 times -4, I got positive 92. Please check my numbers.
92.
Okay, and it's positive, and plus 4 is 96. Okay, now -4 times -110 is 440, plus 42, now I got 482, correct? Okay, yes? Okay, now 1 times 3 minus 3 is 0. So far so good? -23 times 3, I got -69, and minus 4, it is negative, yes, and minus 4 is -73. This times this, I got -330, and then minus 35. So -365. I'm really hoping that this is divisible by 73. Five? Okay, it doesn't mean that we are on the right track. Not yet, till I check. So then I will divide. I'm going to copy this for everyone to see because it's difficult to see. I'm going to divide row 3 by -73. I'm going to copy this as is right now. So then we get 1, 0, 96, 482, 0, 1, -23, -110, and 0, 0, 1, 5, you said. Yes, Kendall, can you please say what you have to say?
I'm good.
Okay. If you have anything, please. If not, let me finish because it's distracting when I have to stop so many times and kindly ask you to
I
stop.
was just showing her like the original. Like,
Well,
what
why
the
don't
basic
why
has
don't
to
you
be.
wait? Just wait. Because we're trying to finish this. And if I have to go back, I will go back and redo another problem. Okay, so just watch. I can spend the time with you after class. I'll be more than happy to sit down and work on any problem individually. Okay, I promise. Okay, so yes, Amanda?
So when you divided 365 divided by 73, you got 5, but how did you get a 1? Did you?
But do I pick and choose and just divide one part of the equation? Don't I have to divide everything, both sides, by the same number? Have I ever done that in an equation? Just divide this side and not the other side?
So I guess -73 divided by -.
Correct. I can't do just whatever I want to one side. I'm adding 5 to one side of the equation and not adding to the other. I can't do that. If I divide one side by -73, I have to divide the other side by -73, and this is where the equal symbol is. Good. So now we are using row 3, multiplying it to add to row 1, and then row 3 multiplying it to add to row 2. And now let's decide what we need. In order to eliminate 96, what will I multiply row 3 by? Perfect. What do I multiply row 3 by to eliminate -23? That's it. So this should be the last step. Unless, I hope that's not the case, we have errors somewhere, or I have errors somewhere. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 1 and 5. That is done. 1 times -96 plus 96. 5 times -96 plus 482. Can you do that for me? 5 times -96 plus 482. And you need parentheses. Is it?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So 1 times 23 minus 23. Perfect. 5 times 23 minus 110.
5.
It appears, we still don't know for sure, but it appears that the solution is,
2 plus 5.
I don't trust it till I go back to the original problem and check. So it appears that food A needs 2 ounces, food B 5, and food C 5. I don't know. So 255. 255. 255. Now let's check. So 200 plus 2,000, that's 2,200, plus 2,000, that's 4,200. That part is easy. 12 plus, what is this, 75, and plus 60 is 147. And the last one, 600 plus, what is 1250 multiplied by 5, and then plus 600 and plus 2,500. I got 7,100. And now no one can say that this is not the correct solution because we checked. It checks everywhere, and that's final. So yes, when the numbers are bigger, we have to be more careful. Yes, next question, please. If we need to practice more, we'll practice more. If you have any questions on what we just did, let's go back. Of course, please choose anything you want.
Can we like do one with smaller numbers? So like
Choose the one you worked on and the one you want to work on. Any problem, just give it to us and we'll work on it.
I guess you can do the number 18 in this packet.
Yes, that's fine. What is it?
It's x plus y plus z equals -5. X minus y minus z equals 9. And x minus y plus z.
1. So let me read it back to you just to make sure I copied it correctly. Now, of course, smaller numbers or big numbers, it should not make any difference because the method is the same. But yes, it's a little bit more work. You have to be careful. X plus y plus z equals -5, correct? X minus y minus z equals 9, correct? And x minus y plus z equals 1, correct? Okay. Is the system arranged in the correct order? Yes, x below x, y below y, z below z equals symbol. Yes, it is. Otherwise, I have to rearrange it. Good. I can start by writing the augmented matrix. 1, 1, 1, 1, negative 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 5, 9, 1. And it is really mandatory to, in order to understand what's happening, to watch the video. And you can, you can fast forward it. You don't have to watch it for an hour and 45 minutes. But just follow what we did last time. It will be very helpful. Okay, so it happens that the 1 is already there. Obviously, I have to use row 1. That's the sequence of steps. First, I use row 1 to eliminate this and this. And then, what do I multiply by? Yes, in both cases. Perfect. Thank you. Which row do I copy? Because it will not change. Because I'm using it. Yes. So 1, 1, 1, and negative 5. Let's do this together. 1 times negative 1 plus 1. 1 times negative 1 minus 1. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 minus 1 is negative 2. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Minus 1 is negative 5 times negative 1. 5 plus 9. Very good. Awesome. 1 times negative 1 plus 1. Perfect. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Minus 1 is perfect. 1 times negative 1. Perfect. Plus 1.
0.
Negative 5 times negative 1. Plus 1. Very good. What did we accomplish? Exactly what we wanted. We took care of the first column. Where is my next step? Which can never change. Where do I look now?
The negative 2.
Right here. This must be turned into a 1 somehow.
Swap it. Divide the whole row by
Row 2 divided by negative 2. Excellent. And we do not pick and choose. We divide the entire row, right?
Why can't you swap it with row 1?
That would be a terrible mistake because then this will go here and this will go here.
Oh, okay.
I cannot destroy, very good question. I cannot destroy what I already built.
That's probably what I've been doing.
So you cannot destroy what you already built. If the first column changes, you are going backwards. So I have 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, negative 5, 1, 1, negative 7, negative 2, 0, 6. I divided row 2, both sides, everything by negative 2. So now, obviously, I have to use which row? Very good. And add it to row 1 and add it to row 3. What do I need to multiply it by to eliminate this? Perfect. What do I need to multiply by to eliminate this? Very good. Is this clear? Better. Good. That's what it is. First example is always looks weird. That's why, if you remember throughout the entire semester, I always warned you. The first problem takes forever. The second will be faster, the third will be faster, and so on and so forth. It's always the case. Because I have so much to tell you about it. Okay, so which row I copy?
2.
Correct. Careful, if this changes, something is wrong. Okay, so let's do this together. 1 times negative 1 plus 1.
0.
It better be. 1 times negative 1 plus 1.
0.
It happened. Negative 7 times negative 1
7.
minus 5.
2.
One times 2 minus 2.
0.
1 times 2 plus 0. Negative 7 times 2
Negative 14.
plus 6. Perfect. Actually, your question just triggered my memory, or triggered something. I never told my students, and that's a very good point you're making, when you said, let's swap with the first row. So when we finish using the first row, if I swap, I can only swap these two. Once I get here, I cannot swap anything anymore.
Oh.
So once you finish a row, you can. So
When you finish a row, you can no longer swap it.
Alright.
Good, where do I look now?
The 2.
Yes, what do I do with it? Perfect. Row 3 divided by 2. So 1, 0, 0, 2. 0, 1, 1, negative 7. 0, 0. Very good. And the final step, I need to multiply row 3. Since I got the 0 by chance, I only want to work on this. So I'm multiplying row 3 by
Negative 1.
and add it to row 2. And that will be the final step. Unless, we hope that's not the case, we have mistakes. So I copy 1, 0, 0, and 2 because that will not change in this case. So let's do this together. 1 times negative 1 plus 1.
0.
Negative 4 times negative 1 minus 7. Very good. It appears, I have no clue, however, that the solution is
2, negative 3, negative 4.
have to go back to the system and plug it in. 2, negative 3, negative 4. 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 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 minus 4 is indeed negative 5. 2, but this is plus 3, is 5. And this is plus 4, which is 9, indeed. And this is 2, and this is plus 3, which is 5, minus 4 is 1. So again, I don't need anyone, and I know for sure that this is the solution and no one can find another. This is it. Yes. Is this, do we feel better overall? Is it a yes? Is it a maybe? Is that maybe if I practice, or maybe if I watch, or anything?
I feel like
Yes?
maybe this is just because it's my first time seeing it, but I feel like it's just all over the place. Like I don't know when, like when you divided second.
So we can spend time together if you'd like after class, but what we did last time is right here, and it shows the steps. Here are the steps that we have to follow. We have no choice. Once we get the corresponding one, then we get the zeros. It's not all over the place. It's very fixed and it's unique, and we cannot change it. Once I get the ones, I get the zeros. When I get the one, I get the corresponding zeros. Once I get the one, I get the corresponding zeros. And this is always the sequence. No one can change that. But you haven't seen it, so we can spend some time if you like after class. We can sit down and work on an example. But the sequence of steps, no one can change. Very good. So I think we should, if you need more examples, we can work on more examples. But I think we have so much more to look at, not just this. But Wendy, did they have another that you were working on?
I did, but
No,
that's,
let's set it up. Is it another word problem?
no, it's not, but
Okay.
it's fractions, and I'm not very good with
That's okay.
fractions.
Can you
Yeah,
read it to me?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more.
3a minus b plus 4c equals -1. 2a minus b plus 5c equals 1. And a plus 2b plus 3c equals 6.
Good. Okay, here's another system. Is it arranged so that we can start Gauss Jordan?
Yes.
Yes. A below A, B below B, C below C, and so on and so forth. Okay? So then the augmented matrix is 3, 2, 1, -1, -1, 2, 4, 5, 3, -1, 1, 6. Is this okay? Is this okay?
Yeah. Can we swap?
Yes.
First
In order
and
to get the 1, I will not divide by 3 because that will be difficult to work with. So yes, I will swap these two. So let's do that. So row 1 becomes row 3, and row 3 becomes row 1. Okay. Just looking at the time. So then I have 1, 2, 3, 6, and 2, -1, 5, 1, and 3, -1, 4, -1. So now I have the starting point, which is the one that I needed. Is this okay with everyone? Okay. So now I'm focusing on these two. So once I have the corresponding one for the first column, then I'm focusing on what is underneath. I have to use row 1, and I have to use row 1. One's for row 2 and one's for row 3. What do I need for row 2? Perfect. What do I need for row 3? Very good. Which row do I copy? Because if it changes, I'm in trouble.
Row 1.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 6. The one that I use has to be copied. Good. I cannot change what I'm using at the same time, right? Using it for something else. So 1 times -2 plus 2.
0.
2 times -2 minus 1. Perfect. 3 times -2 plus 5. Perfect. 6 times -2 plus 1. Yes. Ugly. I can see already. The other one with big numbers was nicer. Okay, 1 times -3 plus 3.
0.
2 times -3
-6.
minus 1.
-7.
Ugh. 3 times -3
-9.
plus 4.
-5.
1 times -3
-3.
minus 1. Yeah. In this case, I have no choice. There is no point in swapping these two. They're both ugly. So I'm going to have to divide this row by -5 to get the corresponding one that will help me eliminate these two. So that's the carved in stone next step. I need a 1 in here.
So you multiply by negative 1/5.
Yes. Or row 2 divided by negative 5. Or multiply by negative 1/5. The same identical thing. Very good. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 0, 1, 1/5, 11/5. 0, negative 7, negative 5, negative 4. Yes, obviously I have to use row 2 twice to add it to row 1 and to add it to row 3. Okay, I want to eliminate a 2. What do I multiply this by to add it here? Good. I want to eliminate a negative 7. What do I multiply this by to eliminate this? Perfect. Awesome. Well done. Which row do I have to copy? 0, 1, 1/5, 11/5. If this changes, if somehow I break this, I'm going backwards and I will never solve. Okay? So 1 times negative 2 plus 2. 1/5 times negative 2, that is negative 2/5. And I have to add 3 over 1 to it. I need the least common denominator, and I need to multiply this by 5. So negative 2 plus 15. That's 13/5. 11/5 times negative 2 is negative 22/5 and plus 6. I need to multiply this by 5. Exactly, 30 minus 22. Very good, awesome. Perfect, well done so far. One times 7 minus 7. 1/5 times 7 is 7/5, but minus 5. So this will be 7 minus 25 over 5, which is negative, what is it? Negative 18/5, correct. Negative 18/5. Okay, now 11/5 times 7 minus 4. So 77 over 5 minus 4, which is 57 over 5, because this is 20. So this is 57 over 5. Okay. Should I check my numbers? Did you follow with me or not? So this was negative 2. Negative 2/5 plus 3. 15 minus 2, 13/5, correct? Yes, it's positive, correct? So this is negative 22 plus 6. That's 8/5, that's correct. Negative 7, and this is 7 minus 25. Is negative 25 plus 7 negative 18?
Yeah.
Okay, still, okay. And negative, so 11/5 times 7, yes, and minus 4, 57/5. Okay, so this was accomplished. Now I'm hoping that this can become what? Yes, I'm hoping. The only chance I have is to multiply row 3 by negative 5 over 18. Basically divide 57 by negative 18. Any chance?
Said 57 divided by 18.
Correct. Well, it could be a fraction. We don't know till we don't know till it's
19/6.
so 57 divided by 3 and 18 divided by 3. Yes, 19 over 6. I don't know. Does it say that the answer could be fractions?
First thing
Did we copy the problem correctly? I always, when I think that there is a potential error, I always go back and check whether I copied it correctly. Because I copy incorrectly sometimes. So is it 3a minus b plus 4c equals negative 1?
Yes.
2a minus b plus 5c equals 1?
Yep.
A plus 2b plus 3c equals 6?
Yep.
Okay. So now I'm checking my numbers again here. I don't think, I'm not saying that there is a mistake, but I just want to check my numbers. So I change this, yes. Okay, yes. We multiply by negative 2. I'm checking everything now. Negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 1, negative 12. Oh, it's 1. It's 1. It's 1. No, it's correct. That's right. Yeah. I already started crying. Okay. So negative, no, that's fine. Negative 6 minus 1, yes. Negative not. Oh, no, that's correct. Negative 9 plus 4 is correct. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, I was wondering how.
Ooh. Negative 18 minus 1. No, negative 18 minus 1, negative 19. Ooh.
See, I had that, and then I changed it.
So negative 19. So why didn't you say something? So when no, you're very smart. Once, but why didn't you?
I wasn't sure.
Well, it made no sense. I don't know what
We were going really fast. And
Oh, I don't want to go fast. So negative, especially with these numbers, negative 18 minus 1, negative 19. Yes. No, it's, if you have never seen it, like Danielle has never seen it, of course for her it's fast, right? The first time it was very, very slow because we had to explain all steps. Okay, so now let's go back and check this. Okay, where am I? So 1 times negative 2, that's correct. Negative 2, so that's correct. Negative 2/5 plus 3. Yes, that's correct. Now this, I'm checking it again. Okay, now let's see. That's correct. That's correct. Now the last one has to be redone. So 77/5 minus 19. 77 minus 5 times 19 over 5. So 77 minus 5 times 19. Negative 18/5. Ah, I love it. Thank you. It made such a huge difference, doesn't it? So now we divide both sides by, or multiply both sides by negative 5 over 18, and we get what on this side?
1.
Good. We got it. Again, we still don't know till the last step. Don't raise your hopes too high till we check. Okay, so this was 1, this was 1/5, 11/5, 13/5, and 8/5. Good. Obviously, for the last step, we have to use the last row. So row 3 multiplied by to add it to row 1, and row 3 multiplied by and add it to row 2. Every time you feel or think, even if you're wrong, you think that something is wrong, please tell me. I'd rather go back and check and not have to wait and start from scratch. Even if you're wrong, please, always. That will never, ever bother me. I'd rather stop and go back. Okay, very good. So what do we need to multiply 1 by to eliminate 13/5?
Negative 13.
Very good. And what do we need to multiply 1 by to eliminate 1/5?
Negative 5.
That's okay. So ready? This will be the last step, assuming there's nothing to go back and check and correct. 1 times negative 13/5 plus 13/5.
0.
11/5 times negative 13/5 plus, see? Sorry.
Row 3.
Yes, row 3, of course. 1 times negative 13/5 plus 8/5. is negative, so 8/5 minus 13/5 is negative 5/5, which is negative 1. Okay, finally, 1 times negative 1/5 plus 1/5 is 0. 1 times negative 1/5 plus 10/5 is 10/2, which is
No, 11.
10/5, which is 2. Again, we don't know. We expect this to work, but we don't know. Okay, so back to the original problem. Negative 1, 2, 1. Negative 1, 2, 1. Negative 1, 2, 1. Negative 1, 2, 1. Ready? Negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5 plus 4. Yes. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4 plus 5. 1. Yes. Negative 1 plus 4 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. Yes. And now I know you can put it in for sure. This is it. So, yeah, the numbers, you have to be careful. Good. Other questions? Anything else you would like to go back to? Any type of problem? I hope that this gives us the idea about Gauss-Jordan. Is that good enough?